And he says, his heart has understood wisdom and knowledge. And then he says, for I set my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceive that this also is grasping for the wind. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he who increases knowledge increases sorrow. So as I gain more and more knowledge, and as I understand more and more things in this matrix and what's going on, I become sorrowful. This task that I have by the Almighty is a very burdensome task. Do you laugh? Do you smile? Do you joke? Do you have fun? Yeah, I do. But when I'm here in front of this camera, I'm doing my job. And no prophet and no apostle has ever given good news. Now, when I say that, because in case many of you don't know, another term for gospel is good news. Gospel means good news. But many of you don't look at don't look at the kingdom of heaven as good news. If you know what's sad? What's sad is if Christ came down here right now and started knocking on the doors of you niggas, and you knew it was Christ, and he said, listen, I got an option for you. Do you want to come to the kingdom right now, or do you want a little bit more time on this planet to get your shit right? That would go over the majority of the people whom door he knocked on. That would go right over your dumbass head. And you would say, I'm saying if you knew it was Christ in your heart, everybody whose door he went to, it would go right over your head and you would say, Christ, just give me a little more time. Did you hear what he just asked you? Christ came and knocked on your door and said, do you want to come to the kingdom right now? Or do you want just a little bit more time to get your shit straight? Many of you would say, give me some more time to get my shit straight, Christ. Did you hear his offer? He offered the kingdom. I'm frustrated, man, because you all don't understand. You all don't get it. By the time many of you get it, it might be too late. So, Washington Reuters says U.S. spy agencies warned on Wednesday of an ongoing threat that radically motivated violent extremists such as white supremacists will carry out mass casualty attacks on civilians while militia groups target police and government personnel and buildings. and buildings. Agencies contribute to the assessment by the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, including the FBI, the Department of Homeland Security, and the National Counterterrorism Center. The assessment said extremists who promote white racial superiority have potentially frequent communications with extremists abroad who hold similar ideological beliefs, and each seeks to influence the other. White militia groups. There will be two types of white militia groups. Before I do that, I want to read something to you all. So how many white militia groups do we have? I don't think I still have that here. Okay, so let's go to okay, I don't have that here. I did have it. Okay, no, here it is. So I'm going to read some identified local militia groups. Now, do you know it's legal to have a militia group? It's legal for both black and white, but if you have a black militia group, you've got to be very careful. Okay? But I'm going to read some militia groups. Alabama Constitutional Militia in Clanton. Alaska Citizens Militia. Nikiski, Alaska. Arizona Freedom Militia, Mohave. Northern Arizona Militia, Golden Valley. Arkansas State Militia Corps, Mansfield. California State Militia, Bay Area, Northern Sacramento County, Southern. Florida Militia, Central, Northeast, Northwest, Southern. Idaho Lightfoot Militia, Kootenai County and Meridian. Illinois Sons of Liberty, Chicago. Indiana Citizens Volunteer Militia, Lake County. Kentucky Rangers, Bath County. Maine Volunteer Responders, Gardiner. Capital City Militia, Clinton County. This is in Michigan. I'm sorry. Genesee County Volunteer Militia, Genesee County. Militia Liberty Militia, Berry County. Michigan People's Reaction Force. Okay, now I'm going to skip to Pennsylvania. So this is the Pennsylvania Militia. We have Carlisle Light Infantry in Cumberland County. Eastern Pennsylvania Regional Militia, Wyomissing. Iron City Citizens Response Unit, Allegheny. Pennsylvania Homeland Shield in Clarksburg, Berks County. And then you have the Pennsylvania Lightfoot Militia, also in Berks County, Bradford County, Juanita County, Luzerne County, Schuylkill County, Westmoreland County. Now, you black folks in Pennsylvania, did you hear that? Did you hear a North Philly County? Did you hear a West Philly County militia? How about Southwest? No. The only militia you heard in Pennsylvania were all in white areas. Westmoreland County, Schuylkill County. Some blacks live in Schuylkill, but Luzerne County, Juanita County, Bradford County, Berks County. Are any of you listening to what I'm saying here? Now, there's two types of militia. You have racist militia, such as like the Ku Klux Klan, which weren't mentioned. How is it that the Ku Klux Klan can carry about their way? We have Ku Klux Klan in the police operation, Ku Klux Klan in city council operation, Ku Klux Klan in state operation, KKK in government level operation, KKK in masonry, KKK in college situations, and they even tried to insert a KKK member as the commissioner of the Philadelphia Police Force. She was very briefly commissioner. It was a short white lady, stubby white lady. She was a member of the KKK. If they hadn't done any background check on her, there would be a lot of chaos in Philadelphia right now. Okay? Now, this is the point that I'm trying to make here. Because no matter how many times I say it, black people hate black people. And one of the reasons why black people hate black people is because black people ain't shit to black people. One black person is not shit to the next black person. And it's an ongoing cycle over and over and over again. That's the reason why you hate that nigga or you hate that bitch. Because of the constant foolishness, stupidity, and the dumbness that we have accepted as our culture. In our raps, in our music, we constantly talk about shooting. You niggas will never fucking learn. You'll never learn. That's the reason why judgment must come to you niggas. Because you don't learn. You don't listen. You hate one another. You despise one another. You want to sell this man crack and that man crack and all of these things. And you want to go in the duffel bag and pull out the twister and spin that man's block. Not only that, but you want to constantly talk down on your brothers and sisters. You want to sabotage your brothers and sisters. All over the fucking internet. All you dumbass niggas do is belittle one another. Talk shit to one another. Talk down on one another. That's all you niggas do. And in the meanwhile, there are white militia groups forming across America ready to bust your dumb ass. And all you can do is wake up, and hate on the next nigga. Some of you niggas is sorry ass niggas. You don't have nothing better to do with your life. But the scriptures told us that this would happen. The scriptures said that you would be tender-hearted among your own people. You would despise your own people. We're the only group of people that have more than one religion. And black people is all types of, we just worship all types of shit. That's all we do. Now, there's probably some Christian Arabs. There's probably some Christian Chinese people. You know what? I take that back. Because the other nations, see, everybody's caught running like a chicken with their head cut off in religion. So that doesn't even matter at the end of the day. That's between you all and Yahushua HaMashiach. Because many of you don't believe that Christ is the final decision. And many of you are going to find out the hard way. But you know what? You have no respect for what I'm saying. Because you don't even believe. You're so small-minded to many of you, but yet many of you think you're so intelligent, but you're so small-minded to believe in Yahuwah, your creator, and that there is a judgment behind not hearkening unto his laws, statutes, and commandments, and not accepting the good news of the kingdom, because that's not good. The gospel literally means good news. Y'all don't believe me? Research it. The Hebraic comprehension of the gospel is the Basara. Basara means, gospel is just a new word for Basara. Basara means the kingdom come. The kingdom is in you. The light of the Christ literally came down here, Yahusha, and was the light of the world, and is trying to instill knowledge in you Negroes, and all y'all can do is hate on one another, talk about one another, slander one another, sabotage one another, and talk about killing one another. That's all you can do. Who told y'all that that's what made you, that's what made you a creditable, solid person? Who told you that? Because it wasn't your ancestors. The elitists spend billions of dollars every year to brainwash you Negroes. Billions of dollars every year to have our women walking around doing this. So don't you listen to the F that B-I-T-C-H, F that B-I-T-C-H, blah, blah, this, that, and the third, but you never, ever direct your energy to somebody of another nation. You never, I've never seen none of y'all, I've never seen none of y'all direct your energy to the pussy-ass KKK. But you will direct your energy to your own people. I don't understand it. I'm frustrated because I can't think like that. Many of you all are walking in darkness. You're walking in darkness, man. I've said a lot of things that was painful in this message, and if you all want to go ahead and mock me and send subliminals and do whatever you want to do, because I know this message has made a lot of you very angry, but I'm frustrated, and you decided to come here and listen. You wanted to come here and listen. I warned y'all on the Instagram post that this message was going to make a lot of you mad, and many of you decided to come here and listen to this message anyway. The majority of you, not all of you, and I love every last one of you, but the majority of you, a big quantity of you, make me sick, because all you do is you fall into the brainwashing scandals of the elitists. These people that sit back and operate from the darkness, and their mission is to destroy us. I want you all to go and look up Planned Parenthood and the eugenics operation. Planned Parenthood, Margaret Sayer, I believe that's her name, or no, Margaret Singer, and the eugenics operation, and how it's linked to Planned Parenthood. I want many of you people, both men and women, that's some homework for you to do. Don't allow everybody to do all the homework for you. Pick up a book. Pick up a book. Go online. Go to YouTube. Do some research, whatever. Because there's nothing wrong with YouTube University. There's nothing wrong with YouTube University. You just have to pick out the bones. You just have to make sure that in some of these issues, in some of these cases, you have to know what's telling the truth. Go and look up the Eugenics Project. Go and look up Margaret Sanger and how she despised the Negro, and look up how Planned Parenthood is linked up to assassination. And I believe in the state of California now, they made it so you niggas can have an abortion after the baby is born. After the baby is born, your black ass can kill your little black baby even after he or she is born, because the abortion rate for black folks in California is well, there's a lot of children being born lately in California. They're aiming for our children. They're aiming for black children. They want to turn our boys into homosexuals. They want our little girls to be tomboys. They want our little girls to grow up and have a "I don't need a man" attitude, just like some of you dumb black women today. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. And maybe if you don't financially, some of you, many of you, you're doing okay without one. But that scenario is destroying that, not scenario, that mind process is destroying our people today. It's destroying our nation. It's destroying our culture, because Satan knows what Satan does in a marriage is Satan divides the marriage. Christ, all of that. You listen to everything. There's no such thing as a soulmate. There's no such thing as necessarily as it's compatibility is true, but that soulmate shit is garbage. So you're saying soulmate means there's one person in all four corners of the planet that can only be matched for you. That is bullshit. If you all believe that, then you are a foolish, foolish, foolish person. They created that was invented only for the very foolish people. So what you have to understand is that not all people are going to be so-called 100% for one another when they're married. You have to understand something. Satan separates marriages. Christ mends them. Now, Christ do put certain people together. Christ may have put certain people together. But just because that person doesn't say yes to everything that you want them to, they don't agree with everything you want them to agree with, doesn't mean that women today. See, that's why I say I am blessed, okay, for my wife. Sometime, just like any woman, might make you want to grab the neck and yank her around, right? But that's the nature of the woman, because today's society have taught many women many bad things. And there are men that are running around here that think that they're not supposed to marry a woman. Black men, you are supposed to involve yourself with a woman with the intent to marry her. And I understand how complex it is in today's world, because in today's world, our people are so brainwashed that the women hate the men and the men hate the women. The women don't trust the men and the men don't trust the women. There are some men out here without a significant other, and black women outnumber us 4-1. That's sad. If you're walking around here and you're a single man, and black women outweigh us 4-1, it's not really your fault. It's because of the brainwashing. It's because of the way the women think. But a lot of you men are brainwashed too. Everybody hate everybody. A house that's divided against itself cannot stand. This message was a sloppy message because I am frustrated. I didn't even, like this message right here, I'm containing my anger. I'm containing all of these things. All I do is, in this job description, all I do is walk around and contain anger. But you know how I release my anger? I go down to the sea. That's some of you is exercise. Some of you is eating. Some of you is drinking. Some of you is sex. Some of you, me, is the sea. It's always been like that. Everybody has their different way of feeling relaxed. And I go down there, and sometimes I may scream, I may yell. I'm like, yeah, why did you give me this job? Because none of these niggas listen. They don't listen, and you're not going to listen. You're only going to begin to hate each other even more. There's only going to be more homosexuals. There's only going to be more killings. Now, let's not get it twisted. The crime level has dropped. But see, what's going to happen now is Satan is going to start getting involved even more. As I said before, haven't they already talked about some new virus or some shit that's supposed to be coming out? The Wars World WW3 is coming rapidly. Y'all see it happening. You are not understanding the severity of the times that we're in. All y'all want to do is keep grasping and keep grabbing for nothing, for emptiness. And none of you are preparing yourself for the kingdom. None of y'all. Very few of y'all. Very few of you are preparing yourself for the kingdom. Okay? So, Sirach 20:5-7. Sirach 20:5-7. This is Ecclesiasticus 5-7. This is in the Apocrypha, not Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiasticus. If you look it up as Sirach, it distinguishes it. This is chapter 20:5-7. There is one that keepeth silence and is found wise, and another by much babbling becometh hateful. Some man holdeth his tongue, because he has not to answer, and some keepeth silence, knowing his time. A wise man will hold his tongue till he see opportunity, but a babbler and a fool will regard no time. So many of you just want to, whatever, you just want to constantly give your opinions and your perspectives. The scriptures have already told us what's going to happen. All you have to do is take the book of Revelations and line it up with the present time. All you have to do is take the scroll of Revelations and line it up with the present time. All you have to do is take the scroll of Revelations and line it up with today's time. All you have to do is take Matthew chapter 24 and line it up with today's present times. All you Negroes have to do is take the prophecies in Daniel, the prophecies in Isaiah, the prophecies in Second Esdras, in the Apocrypha, Second Esdras, the apocryphies in the scroll of the prophecies from the scroll of Revelations, the prophecies from Matthew chapter 24, the prophecies from Deuteronomy 28. The Bible is filled with prophecies. The Bible is filled with prophecies. The spirit of Yahusha, the testimony of Yahusha is the spirit of prophecy. The testimony of Christ is the spirit of prophecy. At this point, it's frustrating because you choose your own way, a way that is not right, a way that is not good. And there will be a judgment. There will be a judgment for leaning on your own understanding. The judgment from ignorance is a very terrible judgment. The judgment from many of you, you think that as long as you buy guns, as long as you work out, as long as you stash food, as long as you do those, so you listen to the quote unquote conspiracy theorists, quote unquote, but all they're doing is regurgitating somehow, some way, the prophecies of the word of Christ. That's all they're doing. But you'll listen to them. You'll listen to motivational speakers and men in high places of organizations and camps and all of these things. But you won't listen. That if somebody shows you a knife and a gun and he tells you that over here in Europe it's about to go down, you laugh at him and you say, what just happened? He's crazy and blah, 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 and all of these things. The only crazy person is the non-believer, because judgment will come to you swiftly, and it will run down like water.